Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for May 28, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. First, we've been following the complex situation in the Horn of Africa, where regional stability is under threat due to competing interests and socioeconomic challenges. The risk of escalation, particularly between Somalia and Ethiopia, remains high, and it's essential for leaders to prioritize their citizens' needs. Next, we're looking at the upcoming presidential election in Colombia, which promises to be a pivotal moment for the nation. With multiple candidates offering distinct visions for the country's future, Colombians will decide on issues ranging from peace negotiations with rebel groups to economic policies aimed at stimulating growth and addressing inequality. Lastly, and most urgently, a disturbing escalation in the Iran conflict has seen Kuwait come under missile and drone attack, jeopardizing the fragile ceasefire. The international community is urging restraint as negotiations continue to find a lasting solution to the war that has shaken the Middle East. The situation remains volatile, with any miscalculation potentially having far-reaching consequences. These stories highlight the intricate and challenging geopolitical landscape we're navigating today. At the AI Daily Press, we're committed to providing in-depth coverage of these critical events as they unfold. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we've been following the developments in France, where the lower house of parliament has voted to repeal the Code Noir, a foundational slavery-era edict that governed the treatment of enslaved Africans in French colonies. This decision marks a significant step towards acknowledging and confronting the country's complex history with slavery. In other news, we're tracking the unexpected Makerfield by-election in Britain, which could shape the future of the Labour Party and even determine the country's next Prime Minister. The Liberal Democrat candidate Jake Austin has been vocal about his party's plans to tackle the cost of living crisis and immigration, positioning the Liberal Democrats as an alternative that can bring normalcy back to politics. Lastly, we've also been covering a story about the ongoing impact of slavery on communities around the world. As France takes steps towards reconciliation, it serves as a reminder that acknowledging and learning from history is crucial for building a more inclusive and equitable society. These are just a few of the stories we're following tonight. For in-depth analysis and updates, be sure to tune in to our full podcast episodes throughout the week. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskwiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, the ongoing conflict between the U.S. and Iran has led to a significant increase in global oil prices, with Brent rising by 2% to $73.20 a barrel and U.S. traded crude up 1.5% at $68.21. This development has far-reaching implications for the global economy, and will continue to monitor the situation closely. In other news, Crown Realty Partners has successfully completed the acquisition of a significant property in Canada, adding over 12 million square feet to its portfolio. This move is expected to provide superior returns for investors and create better workplaces for tenants. Additionally, Canadian Bancorp has announced the successful overnight marketing of its preferred shares, raising approximately $13.3 million in gross proceeds. Lastly, our main story tonight focuses on the recent inflation report, which shows that prices are rising at their fastest pace in almost 3 years. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index rose 0.5% in April, with an annual rate of 2.5%. Energy costs saw the biggest increase, but prices also rose in other spending categories, such as housing and utilities, recreation services, and food services. The Federal Reserve is facing a major challenge in addressing this inflation flare-up, and economists are now predicting a possible rate hike later this year. As we navigate these complex economic waters, it's essential to stay informed and up to date on the latest developments. Here at the AI Daily Press, we'll continue to bring you expert analysis and insights to help you make sense of it all. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more news and updates. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. From the mysteries of menstruation in space to the incredible career of astronaut Eileen Collins, we've explored some of the most interesting and thought-provoking topics in the world of space exploration. We began by delving into the awe-inspiring complexity and beauty of the cosmos, with a story about how supermassive black holes at the centers of galaxies may be influencing the formation of new stars. We also discussed a groundbreaking mission to study menstruation in space, which is expected to launch in 2027 and could have far-reaching implications for female astronauts and people on Earth alike. In another episode, we shone a spotlight on the remarkable career of astronaut Eileen Collins, who has left an indelible mark on the space industry. As the first woman to command a U.S. spacecraft, Collins's achievements are a testament to her skill, dedication, and perseverance. We heard from Collins herself about the future of space exploration, including the upcoming Artemis missions and the skills required for astronauts to succeed in long-duration spaceflight. These stories remind us of the power of human ingenuity and determination and the importance of pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. They also highlight the need for greater inclusivity and diversity in the space program, and the importance of supporting families affected by the risks of space exploration. As we look to the future of space travel, it's clear that there's still so much to be learned and discovered. But with pioneers like Eileen Collins leading the way, and with missions like Operation Period breaking down stigmas and paving the way for a more inclusive space program, we can't help but feel excited about what's to come. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we took a deep dive into the NFL's upcoming season, examining the over-under win totals for several teams, including the Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders, and Los Angeles Chargers. Our analysis suggests that the Broncos and Chiefs are poised to exceed expectations, while the Raiders face a tougher road ahead, and the Chargers will need to navigate one of the league's most formidable schedules. We also focused on the impending final season of the illustrious Aaron Rodgers with the Pittsburgh Steelers. As a four-time MVP, Rodgers' decision to reunite with coach Mike McCarthy marks an intriguing chapter in his storied career. With sportsbooks posting season props for Rodgers, including over-under on passing yards and touchdown passes, all eyes will be on him as he aims to lead the Steelers to a successful campaign and achieve several career milestones. These stories and more have been making waves in the sports world, and we're excited to continue bringing you in-depth analysis and updates. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Corral.
Thank you, Howard. First, we reflected on a tragic event in Europe where a community came together to heal and rebuild after a devastating incident. Unfortunately, this article is not provided, so let's move on to the next two. Next, we delved into the world of street photography with Jeanette Beckman, whose iconic images have captured the essence of community, resilience, and creativity over 4 decades. Her work, showcased in the exhibit Rebels and Icons at Seattle's Museum of Pop Culture, is a testament to the power of art to bring us together and celebrate our differences. Finally, we explored the intersection of technology and tradition, as Apple's advancements in chip design and artificial intelligence are poised to revolutionize the way we interact with our devices. With potential applications across industries, from healthcare to finance, this emerging technology has far-reaching implications for our daily lives. These stories remind us of the importance of preserving our cultural heritage, celebrating our differences, and honoring the innovators who shape our future while respecting the past. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we've got a battle royale on the music charts, courtesy of country sensation Ella Langley. Her 2 hit songs, Choosin' Texas and Be Her, are competing with each other for the top spot on the digital song sales chart. Talk about a good problem to have. Langley's success is making waves in the industry, and we can't wait to see what she does next. Next, we're taking a trip down memory lane with the one and only Michael Jackson. The king of pop is still breaking records, even decades after his passing. His music is experiencing a surge in popularity thanks to the release of his biopic, Michael, and he now has 3 songs in the top 10 on the Billboard Dance Digital Song Sales chart. And finally, we're shining a spotlight on Langley's impressive achievement of having 4 songs in the top 10 on the digital song sales chart. She's beating out big names like Ariana Grande and Mariah Carey and proving that country music is still a force to be reckoned with. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we explored a groundbreaking discovery in the field of paleontology, where a thorough examination of previously found fossils has led to the identification of a new species, Tylosaurus rex. This fearsome marine predator, measuring approximately 8 meters in length, roamed the western interior seaway of North America around 80 million years ago. Its discovery sheds new light on the evolution of marine reptiles during the Cretaceous period. Next, we delved into a story from Poland, where beekeepers are pushing back against alleged government plans to restrict honeybee activity in protected areas as part of a broader nature restoration strategy. While concerns have been raised about the potential impact of managed honeybees on wild pollinators, Polish beekeeper organizations and the government have dismissed these allegations as disinformation. Instead, they emphasize the importance of working together to address concerns about food availability for bees and finding solutions that support both managed and wild pollinators. Lastly, we touched on a story that highlights the latest advancements in scientific research, where breakthroughs in fields like biology and ecology are helping us better understand the intricate relationships within our natural world. From the evolution of marine reptiles to the delicate balance between human activities and ecosystem health, these stories remind us of the importance of careful consideration, scientific research, and collaboration among stakeholders to create more sustainable and resilient environments for all species. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David at for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.